A portion of today's video is kindly sponsored by Factor.
Well, hey friends, it's Natalie. So glad you stopped by to hang out with me today. We have a few fun days ahead of us, and right now we are kicking it off with getting the Christmas tree set up. But throughout this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some prep and cooking as I get ready to host people for a holiday dinner. So I hope you enjoy this video and you get some gentle motivation from it. Drop this emoji in the comments, and let's decorate this Christmas tree. I love our Christmas tree so much. It turned out so beautiful. As always, if I do say so myself, we don't have the tree topper on. We do wait until December. When I'm filming this video, it's still November, but I had to show you the tree, and what a wonderful way to kick off the party prep than to have our tree all sparkling and finished off. Speaking of party prep, Weston and the boys right now are bringing in our folding tables and folding chairs. Our long wooden dining room table seats 10. It can actually seat up to about 12 because we can put 2 chairs on either end. But we are gonna have 21 people here, including kids, which is actually a lighter crowd for us this year. Not everyone that we invited was able to come. Last year we had almost double that. And as much as we love having our house full, and as much as I would love for everyone to be able to be here, I am looking forward to having it be a touch more low-key this year. There will still be plenty of people and little kids running around, and we love that so much. So I've got some food prep that I'm going to be doing, but speaking of food, thanks so much to Factor for sponsoring the next couple of minutes and for making today's video possible.
So I've officially been a Factor customer for 4 years now, and I've realized that my favorite time of the year to lean on Factor is during the holiday season. Not just because their ready-to-heat meal kits come with some beautiful seasonal flavors and ingredients, but also because Factor makes it so easy for me to meet my wellness and nutrition goals, all without ever having to step foot in a grocery store, which I personally hate doing this time of the year especially. I don't have to meal prep or plan or even clean up after myself, but I can get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved, fresh, never frozen meals delivered straight to my door, ready in as little as 2 minutes. And with over 100 choices in their rotating weekly menu, there's truly something there for everyone. Whether you're eating calorie smart, keto, vegan, or vegetarian, or prioritizing protein, Factor can make all the difference in your weekly and monthly nutrition and fitness goals, even during the holiday season.
If you'd like to check out Factor for yourself, then follow the link in my description box to factor75.com. At checkout, use the code NatalieBFB50 for 50% off your first Factor box, plus they'll send you breakfast for a whole year. Again, the link is in my description box, factor75.com. Use code NatalieBFB50 for 50% off your first Factor box, plus they'll send you free breakfast for a whole year. Thanks again so much to Factor for sponsoring that portion of this video, for helping me help support my family, which I'm so grateful for, and helping me stay fueled while I'm feeding everyone else. I'm going to start working on some food prep, but I hear a racket outside. Let's see what the boys are up to. Opie is so excited to see those chairs being brought in. Okay, the mega table is assembled, and once I get tablecloth down there and then bring the decor all the way through, it's gonna look cohesive and pretty. Right now it's looking pretty plasticky and junky. Not to worry, I'm gonna pause on this, work on some food prep. I've got my stuff I'm working on. Haley is here with me right now, and she gets to assemble the
chocolate tray.
Chocolate tray. We do this every year. My grandma did it every year. It's kind of special in our family. Are your hands clean? Oh, gotta wash your hands. I've got some veg to chop. This is the day where I will roast some nuts, pre-make some salad dressing, do a lot of prep work. That way I can just grab and go, throw things into the oven that's already been chopped and ready to bake or roast. And then I am going to also make the orange spiced cranberry sauce and get that completely done. The guys of the family are all off at a youth group function that our church does every year. Typically Weston just goes, but this year the boys are in youth group because they're in middle school, so they're with him tonight. So it's just Haley and me. So we're gonna spend some good time cooking together and chatting and just having some girl time.
So I made 2 different veggie dishes this year, or actually 3 if you count the salad. This first one that I'm prepping is something that I made last year that I really liked. It's a roasted carrots served over whipped ricotta with like a hot honey drizzle. So I'm just prepping the carrots so that all I have to do is pop them into the oven and roast them up on the day of the dinner. And something that I like to do is put a note on the foil of whatever baking pan dish that I'm prepping to give myself some cooking instructions. Actually, not just myself. If Weston throws it into the oven, if one of my kids throw it into the oven, they know what temperature, how long approximately to cook it for, and I do try to pick a temperature that's pretty universal so that I can bake multiple things at once. While I was working on these carrots, Haley was working on the chocolate tray, which the first iteration she was not happy with.
This looks like a toddler did. I'm redoing it.
So it was back to the drawing board for Haley while I moved on to the delicata squash, which is the second veggie dish I'm working on. This recipe sort of evolved as I went. After cleaning and slicing the delicata squash, I made a sauce to kind of mix into it to roast in with chili crisp, lime juice, sesame oil, mirin, fish sauce, honey, garlic, onion, and salt. I drizzled this on the top, and those kind of marinated for a couple of days until I was ready to cook them on the day of. These were actually one of my favorite dishes in the whole menu, so I'll definitely be making this again.
Your holiday in. Mom, you like it? This one way better than
Oh,
last time?
Haley, that looks so good. Wanna watch a movie tonight?
Like what one?
I don't know. Is there something girly you'd like to watch that we normally don't get to?
I don't know.
After wrapping up the chocolate platter, because we will absolutely be picking at it and eating little bits off of it if I don't wrap it up, I started the semi-homemade cranberry sauce recipe that I make every year to go with the turkey. This is just store-bought fresh cranberry sauce, and I simmer it with the juice and rind of an orange and a stick of cinnamon. That bubbles on the stove for a while. Haley stirred it for me while I worked on other stuff. Don't worry, I also serve the canned jellied cranberry sauce for those who prefer that kind. That is served alongside this spiced orange cranberry sauce. And there was a bit of cranberry sauce left in the package, so I scraped that into my salad dressing jar that also had Dijon mustard, honey, onion, lemon juice, salt and pepper. I thinned it out with a little bit of water and mixed it all up to prepare it to get tossed with a broccoli and Brussels sprouts slaw salad. I put fresh cranberries, toasted walnuts, and fresh sliced apples in that salad. I actually got lots of compliments on the salad. That was just kind of a last minute addition to the menu, and I'm glad that I added it. Tonight I also roasted the delicata squash seeds and prepped some finely chopped shallot for the peppercorn cream sauce we served fresh with the sous vide steak. I'll talk more about the sous vide steak in a little bit, but before cleaning up the kitchen, I also sliced a few oranges, which will be added to our flavored water, and hot spiced apple cider on the day of. So prepping those nuts and veggie and fruit and dressings. and the chocolate platter. Those were all just a huge check off the to-do list and saved me a lot of time when it came to the cooking and the prep on the day of. So this night, all in all, was very productive, complete with jamming out to Christmas music in the kitchen with my 2 little helpers.
Hello, hello. It's the next day. We are continuing to make some progress. It's all foggy and beautiful outside. Weston hung these colored sort of retro Christmas lights over on my greenhouse over there. They're just glowing in the fog. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna start to set the table with decor, place settings. It kind of goes out in layers and waves, but I'm gonna get that process started. Weston actually just set up his sous vide. These are a couple of large tri-tip steaks, and these are going to sous vide for 24 hours, and then he's finishing them, searing them on his smoker grill right before it's time to serve. So we're just making our way down this checklist. I've got some stuff to do over here on the buffet as well, so I'll take you along with me as I get more of this toasting prep done.
Hurry, hurry, Mama's looking worried. Will the pie be ready in time? Papa's out getting a tree while my sister and me are writing verses and rhymes.
We did something a bit new and kind of fun this year when we were anticipating the prep for our holiday dinner. We did some fancy napkin folding, and this was inspired by a couple of videos that we saw where people were sharing their fancy napkin folds, and my son Liam was particularly interested in learning how to do this and helping me with folding. I think we folded 24 napkins total. Once we got the hang of it, he really just kind of took off with the project, and days in advance of setting up the table this evening, he did the rest of the folding. So all I had to do was grab from the basket and put it on the place settings and tuck our utensils in there. And I just want this to be an encouragement to you parents out there with littles and babies. It does get easier. It gets to be more sustainable and manageable to host people in your home as your kids get older and they are more capable and more interested in helping out. If it was up to just me with the other things on my to-do list, I probably would have done what I typically do and just did a basic fold on these napkins, but because I had an interested preteen to help, it really turned out to be a nice little touch, and we got compliments from our guests on the fancy folds of our napkins. So thank you so much, Liam, for your help.
One after the other, knocking at the door. Here everybody's welcome, the rich and the poor. Kids play on the outside in the newly fallen snow, while the grown-ups all huddle up inside away from the blistering cold. Soon Santa will be here, the same as every year. Everyone wants home for Christmas.
Can I help you with anything?
Yeah, you can put that in my office.
Oh, it's heavy. You need this. Where?
By the blue
I see this
hydrangeas.
right here.
This to go under the sink in a little bin.
Anything else? That would be for punch or cider.
It's just water.
Building a run, 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 down, down. Sweets go after savory.
Yes, but what do you think happens when the chocolate is sitting here next to this flame?
Ah.
I learned that one the hard way one year. Oh, we should pack this up for when it's pie time. Yeah?
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah.
Happy holiday. It's the day of the dinner. People will be here in several hours, and I think we're in really good shape, actually. Things are looking good. I'm a little bit ahead of things compared to where I typically am on the morning of, but Weston has been home for the past few days, so it's been awesome to have his help. He's been able to get stuff done outside as well as help me inside. He just installed an electrical outlet on our front porch so that we can actually plug Christmas lights and decor out there. We haven't been able to before, so he's actually working on a little front porch spruce up project out there, and I am tying up projects inside. I just put together the spiced cider and turned this mini crock pot on so that it can be simmering, smelling good. It's gonna taste good later on. I love waking up the morning after I've decorated and set the table to see the natural light come in. I just think it looks even prettier. I really love how this sort of rustic but elegant linen table runner turned out, and I think all the colors together are really, really pretty. And then we've got the gourds, those goofy looking gourds that we grew behind our orchard this year here in the cornucopias with some of that dried corn, the crystalware we got for our wedding, my grandma's glass plates. And each year I put these little gratitude cards on each place setting, which reminds me I need to get some pens over here, and then also some colored pencils. I'm just realizing it right now for the little activity sheets that I have on the kids' table. I'll show you those in a minute. But we have these gratitude cards. This is, I think, the 3rd or 4th year that I've done these, and people are welcome to take them with them, but most of the time they just kind of leave them behind. They write what they're thankful for. We don't necessarily go around and read it, but it is nice to take a moment to at least write it down. And I have the majority of them still from years past. I've kept them in a little tin, and it's just such a blessing as I'm setting up each year for Thanksgiving to read what people have written the year before and to kind of relive those friendships and those moments and some family time that we had and how sweet it has been over the years. I'm so very grateful for each and every person that we get to have over. I love setting the table. It feels kind of like a ritual, knowing that we're gonna have our dear family members sit in these spots and that we get to share a meal with them. I love how the kids' table turned out. They get the same plates and glassware and place setting and everything, but then they also get some fun little coloring activities. We've got some sticker books. We've got these cute little votive candles. My mom actually had these when I was growing up. She still does, and I, over the years, have made a collection one by one of the ones that I can find to have my own collection for a kid's table. And I love how we can all kind of be together on one long, big table this year. And tonight, each chair will be filled, and that will be very sweet. My sister Sarah already brought by the mashed potatoes that she made. My mom is bringing turkey, her homemade stuffing or dressing. It's not stuffed in the turkey, so I think it's technically dressing. She's bringing gravy, of course, to go along with that. And my sisters and other guests are just bringing various sides and pies and things to share. And then we're just kind of filling in the blanks with whatever people said they were bringing. We'll kind of supplement different things here and there. And we always have plenty of food. It's a beautiful spread, and it's really fun to be able to kind of collaboratively work on the dinner together. So at some point, I'm going to be setting out my warming pads and buffet serveware and kind of mapping out this kitchen island, which is where we serve dinner from. We serve hors d'oeuvres and drinks over on the long buffet on that wall, which is what I set up yesterday. I've got a little running to-do list, and I do like to refer to my lists that I've made from years past of what I do on the day of. I've got electric candles charging right now, and I'll try to put those out. I've forgotten them in years past. I might as well look at my to-do list while I'm chatting with you guys about it. I've got to clean the guest bathroom still. I got to dust off the piano. It's looking pretty dusty over there. And someone always ends up over there on the piano playing it. I don't want it to be all dusty. At the front porch, which Weston said he will do. We got to wipe the windows down. Nowadays, we have to save that until like right before people get here because the puppy nose marks all over every window because he hops up onto the windowsills. If we wash the windows too early in advance, then he'll just pop right back up there and make the mess all over again. So we usually wait as last minute as we can for all of that. So I have a few more things on this list. I'm also adding to it as I think of things as I go, and I will take you along with me for some of this. I think first of all, I'm gonna go clean that guest bathroom and lock the door so that it stays clean all day until guests get here.
We are just finishing up the last couple of things, watching some football in there, Weston's tossing the salad. The carrots are looking scrumptious on their bed of whipped ricotta and feta. Chili crisp delicata squash also looking scrumptious. You know what? You throw some fresh chopped parsley and some extra virgin olive oil on anything except dessert. Well, extra virgin olive oil on dessert's pretty good too. Anyway, makes it look delicious. Oh, I gotta get my cranberries out. I have gelled cranberries because people have strong feelings about that. And then I have the orange spice cranberries. There we go, trying to do everything one-handed. And then, how's the steak looking?
It's boiling still.
Boiling. That just sounds so unappetizing. Steak boiled in a bag. Happy Thanksgiving. Ooh, I have to show you what Weston did on the front porch. Look at that. Oh, it's so nice and cool outside. I should probably open a window or two inside because I don't want people to step in and have it be too hot. These poinsettias Weston got me. He popped them in my blue and white pots. We got our little pheasant welcome mat. I did remember to put the electric candles out this time. We got these nice, pretty, sparkly trees. Oh, yeah. It's too warm in here. It's so refreshing outside. I feel like a frog in a pot in here. Some air flowing through here. I gotta take my hair down and brush it, maybe powder my nose, but other than that, time for guests to show up.
Oh,
What is this?
flowers.
That's not for you. I'm just kidding.
One of my favorite parts of hosting this holiday dinner each year is when my mom and dad and brother come over a bit early to set out their food that they brought over before everyone else gets here. It's just sweet and special. Haley this year was on tong and serving spoon duty to make sure that each dish had its serveware.
Yes.
So pretty.
Yes. Got it. You gotta have guests and most. I know what you're going to see. Good. That looks amazing.
What a privilege and a pleasure it is to host family and friends, especially during the holiday season. There's just something so nostalgic and special and spiritual about it for me. I'm just so grateful that we can open up our home and we have such loving, amazing family. I know that's rare and I don't ever want to take it for granted, but I'm so grateful for how my parents raised us siblings. All 5 of my parents' children are adults now, and we all have chosen to live really close because we want to. We want to be around each other. We want to live close to each other. We also live close to Weston's parents too, and just this community that we have with our family and with friends that feel like family is just the biggest blessing and something that I'm so grateful for. It's what I wrote down on my little gratitude card at the dinner table, and I was going through some other gratitude cards, which I'm not going to share what other people wrote, but there were some pretty sweet things to read, and there's been a lot that family has gone through over this last year, so just to see God's faithfulness in not just our lives and our household, but the lives and the households of our friends and family has just been such a blessing. And it was so nice to be able to take you along with us as we did some setup and prep and cleaning and food prep and cooking and stuff like that for this holiday dinner. I've been doing this for a while, but it always is kind of shocking how quickly everything cleans up and tears down compared to how long it took to set it up. We cleaned everything up this morning after running dishes overnight, and my goodness, it was cleaned up in a snap, especially because we had some help from our kids, which we're so grateful for. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I think the next video going up on my channel will be a Q&A and life update video. I have some things that I'd like to share with you before the holiday season comes to a close and we're looking at New Year. So be sure that you're subscribed with your notification bell turned to all notifications. And I have been running my uploads as premieres when they first go up, which is always a fun time to be able to spend chatting with you all and just getting to know you a little bit better. So if you have any questions for me for that video, for that Q&A, be sure to leave them in the comments of this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Thank you so much for spending a little part of it here with me on my channel. Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you later.